Good morning everyone and welcome back to my channel English Literature. Today we are going to read Ode to Nightingale by John Keats, stanza 2. In the stanza 1 we have found that how overwhelmed the poet is after listening to the song of Nightingale. And in the first stanza Keats described the beauty of nature and the melodious voice of the nightingale. And being a romantic poet, he is perfectly in his work. Now, in the second stanza, the poet longs to take a draught of rare old wine in order to escape to the world of the forest. So, this stanza you will find escapism that is lying in the heart of every romantic poet. Escape in the world of nature, living this mundane world of human activities. So, in this stanza, the poet longs to escape in the world of the forest where the bird decides, and with the help of not Lethe. Lethe is not for the poet. So here, in spite of Lethe, he want to take a draught of wine. But there are some condition of that wine. That wine is special, and we will read about it. What is the specialty about this wine? Now, draught. This word draught means a mouthful of wine. A mouthful of wine. A drink. You can call it a drink. Not in the sense of verb. Vintage. Vintage means old wine, especially of good quality. Old wine, especially of good quality. Cooled a long ago. Cooled a long egg in the deep delved earth. So the wine must be cooled a long age. Long age means long ago. Deep delve means dug deeply. Which is the wine which is buried for a long time. Buried for a long time. I have no such experience, but those who are experienced in this can feel that the old wine, or that is a vintage wine, or that wine that is buried for a long time can be more tasty than the general one. So, the wine must be deep delved earth, which is buried for a long time. And there must be tasting of flora and the country green. Tasting of wine will remind the poet the greenness. Flora, again from Greek mythology, allusion from flora is the Roman, it is from Rome mythology, Roman goddesses of flower. Now, this tasting of flora means that after tasting the wine, the poet will be reminded about the country green, about the green scene of festivities, of the greenness of country. These things will be reminded through this tasting of wine. We will find greenness while tasting wine. Dance and Provençal song. Now, Provence is a part of France. Provençal song is actually mean regional song or folk song. Regional song or folk song. Now, Provence is a southern district of France. A southern district of France along the Mediterranean. and it is this place is famous or noted for its wine. This place is famous for its wine and for its poetry. French poetry originated in this place and flourished. So Provence is the southern part, a southern district of France along the Mediterranean, and it is noted for its wine and for its being the birthplace of French poetry. Now here flamenco song refers to the song of love, chivalry, and all these, that is we call in general term as that regional song. Now the Nightingale song reminds the poet about this Provencal song. Dance, Provencal song, and again sunburnt mirth. So what is meant by sunburnt mirth? Mirth means enjoyment, and that enjoyment that is happen in some sunny atmosphere, maybe the southern part of Europe, that is called sunburnt mirth. So sunburnt mirth refers to the mirth of people exposed more to the sun as a result of their participation in open air sports or dances. We already get the term dance, song, so maybe they are participating in some merrymaking that is in the open air, that is under the sun, being the skin being exposed to the sun, and that is called sunburn month. They're enjoying in some sunny atmosphere. So when the poet is going to taste the wine, actually Nightingale song makes the poet very eager. He gets a longing in his heart for the ideal world. But he cannot cross the river of forgetfulness like the dead man. So he takes the other way. That is, the other way is tasting of wine. He cannot go through that part of Nightingale. He cannot go to that kingdom, you can say kingdom of Nightingale. He cannot go to the kingdom of Nightingale, crossing the river Lethe. So he can take the help of wine and go there. But what type of wine? He just gave a long list that wine must be vintage, that must be dipped and in the deep delve earth that is cold, and there must be tasting of flora, country green, there must be dance, Provencal song, sunburn month. All these things will remind him. All these will be gotten by the poet when he will taste the wine. So when he will taste that wine, the poet will be reminded by these things. So that wine must be in touch, must be endowed with these things. Oh, for a beaker full of warm south. So warm south, again we get sunburn month, again we get warm south, we get Provencal song. So this warmness is permeating through this stanza, this desire for warmness. Warm south means wine prepared from grapes grown in the sunny southern part of Europe. Wine prepared from the grapes grown in the sunny southern part of Europe. Okay. Full of true, the blissful hypocrite. Blissful hypocrite. So what is blissful hypocrite? Okay, beaker. Beaker, you know, every one of us know it is a type of goblet with a wide mouth. Goblet with a wide mouth. So he wants not a sip, but he wants a beaker full of warm south, full of true, the blissful hypocrite. Now, sorry, what is that hypocrite? Hypocrite is, I have got too much cold. The weather is, now it is winter and the weather is very cold here. There is no warm, there is no sunburn month. Most of the time the atmosphere is hazy, gloomy, no such sunshine. So I got cold. From my voice you can understand. Full of the true, and sorry, I regret for that inconvenience on your part. Full of the true. True means genuine, real. Blissful. Blissful means when we blast, when we just feel sigh, we blast. Here, blissful means glowing red in color. Glowing in red color. So the wine must be red. And again, hypocrite takes us to Greek mythology. Hypocrite is a fountain. It is said that it is made by the stroke of the hoof of the winged horse Pegasus. Okay, I'm writing this. A fountain, according to Greek mythology, it is a fountain made by the stroke of the hoof of the winged horse Pegasus. We all know Pegasus, the winged horse. You can find the image if you Google. Okay, it gives the inspiration to create. This fountain gives the inspiration to create something, and this fountain is on Mount Helicon. This fountain is on Mount Helicon, and it is sacred. Helicon. Okay, it is sacred to the muses. You know who are muses? Muses are the goddesses in Greek mythology who are for different arts. So wine is that's like an inspiration of creation. The poet cannot create, so the poet wants the inspiration from that wine. The wine will enable him to create something great out of the song of the Nightingale. So it is said that the muses who that fountain water is like that wine. If the poet can take a draught of that vintage, he can be just he can be able to produce poetry. He can be able to produce something great, something real. The fountain has supposed to have had the power to inspire those who drank from it. So in the same way, Keats think that of wine that has the inspiring water of Mount Helicon, of that hypocrite, that fountain hypocrite, and that inspiring wine can enable him to create something divine. Okay. Now, with beaded bubbles winking at the brim, with beaded bubbles winking at the brim. Beaded means round drops of bubble that usually fill up the surface of the cup. When you pour wine in a beaker, or here you will find beaded bubbles. So it is a round drops of bubble, that is fill up the surface of the glass or beaker when one pours wine into it. And that bubbles are like bead. Bead we used for making garland, necklace, this type of bead. So this type of beaded bubbles will find when someone pours wine into a beaker. Winking, they are winking. So you can find how just visuality, this line is too much visual. You can feel that you are pouring wine in a glass, in a just transparent glass, and then the beaded bubbles are winking at you, winking at the brim. And purple stained mouth, the mouth will get purple stained. Why? After drinking. Again, this line is also visual. This purple, your mouth will get purple after you drink the wine. That I might drink and leave the world unseen. So this is the ultimate desire of the poet, of all the romantic poet. Desire of all the romantic poets. He want to drink and leave the world unseen. He want to go to the world of Nightingale, taking the help of wine. And with thee fade away into the forest dim. He want to fade away in the forest dim. Means dim forest. Forest dim refers to dim forest. Shadowy, where the nightingale is hidden. That's why he was called Dard. Light orange dard of the trees. So, shadowy grove, which does not allow much light. That's why it is dim. On account of thick clusters of leaves. So the nightingale is hidden here in this shadowy grim, in this dim forest, in this dim part of the forest. And the poet wished to go there. The poet wished to go that shadowy dim. The poet craves for that world. Okay. So ultimately in the first stanza we find that the poet described the song of the nightingale, the place of the nightingale, and how that song affects him. And now in this stanza 2, he expresses his desire to go to that world and to the help of wine. Actually, the poet is keenly aware of the contrast of the bird's world, bird's happy lot, and his own miserable condition as a human being. So he longs to share the bird's lot. And he thinks that wine can help him. Perhaps wine may help him. He craves for it, believing that with itself he may escape this awful world and identify himself with a happy bird, with a happy lot of the bird. So he thinks of the flora or the goddesses of flower and the village green and the young people dancing under the sun, making merriment, song of Provence. So all these beautiful, invigorating things he will experience through the sipping, not sipping, through that wine. And in the next stanza we'll get another theme. So this stanza's theme is the poet's desire to go to Nightingale's world, number one, and number two is how he wished to go there, the help of wine. And the next stanza, stanza 3, he will describe why he wants to go, why he wants to leave this world, what are the problems in this mundane world. Okay, so in the next stanza we'll read about that. And adieu for now. Thank you for staying with me. Have a good day.